Welcome back to the DIYnanny channel. Today I am making cupcakes. Actually making it as a gift for friends of the kids, but also I got a question on one of my videos that featuring the cupcakes that we have. We actually have cupcakes in our supermarket, asking about the topping that I made. So I was thinking I can come up here, make some cupcakes, make some topping, share it with you, and then give it as a gift. For me personally, this is gonna be super exciting because the cupcakes that we have in our play kitchen is actually the first thing I ever made for the play kitchen. This was my first play food, my first felt food. It's what sparked this journey here on my channel. So this is gonna be fun to see where I started and where I'm at right now. For everyone who's new here, welcome. This is what I do. I share craft and hacks and little DIYs that I create in the playroom. You can check the rest of my videos, you can join in, and you can hit that subscribe button. And now let's begin with our cupcakes. So I actually brought two of our cupcakes to kind of share with you what I'm gonna change, what I did before that I'm not gonna do now, kind of give you all the tips and see the progress that I made in making all of these cute things. The kids still play with these. They love them. I think perfecting it, it's mostly for me. I don't think they care that much about it. But for me, it's really fun to see the difference. I'm actually using the same pattern. I'm gonna link the blog where I got the pattern. I didn't use the sizes that's listed on the pattern. I made 4 cupcakes to begin with that fitted in pen that we have. We had a cupcake pen, can't remember the company, but it had kind of wood cupcakes, and we lost some of them and we lost the topping, so I created it to fit specifically there. So I made it a bit larger than the pattern that I'm sharing here with you. Eventually I moved them to a tray that we got with our supermarket. So in my supermarket makeover videos, or one of the parts of the play food that I made for the supermarket, I actually shared how I make one cupcake, because the tray had 5 spots, so I added 1 cupcake. And you can see even the difference between the 4 that I made at the beginning and the 1 that I added, but I feel like there is even more change that I can make to make it even better. So that's exciting for me. So from the first cupcake, the pattern that I use is a bit bigger. I actually created for this batch a Cricut design for it. So I basically took the design that I enlarged and put it into Cricut. I cut some shapes. Well, there's 2 circles, and then there's like a weird shape that I had to cut out of different shapes. So I'm gonna link it as well, and you can use it and you can create your own cupcakes. So let's go cutting and start with our cupcakes. So this is the pattern from the original cupcakes after I enlarged it, the original 4 cupcakes. Let's make him happy. This is the bottom top, and this is the sides. You basically sew it like this, connect it to the bottom, connect the top. In my original cupcakes, I sewed everything with embroidery thread. And this is the stitch I made. It doesn't look so clean. In the 5th one, I actually used regular thread and blanket stitch, so it looks a bit better. One other thing that I've learned is to structure the inside. So you can see this is the same pattern, but it doesn't really look the same size even, just because there's nothing in that will keep the felt from like moving with the stitches or with the topping, that pulling it up a little bit. So this is one other thing that I'm gonna fix in this batch. Now for the new cupcakes, we have the same bottom and top, and the same side. I already connected it in the machine. I actually connected it in the machine in the original ones as well. And I'm gonna use a blanket stitch to stitch the top and bottom. I'm also gonna use this cardboard for the bottom. I want it to be flat and kind of sitting straight on a surface. For the sides, I also want it to be a bit structured, but I want it to be still soft to the touch. So I'm using adhesive foam, and it's gonna keep the shape, but you can still kind of press on it, and it will be soft for the kids to play with. So let's begin. Forgot to film how I fill it in, but just, you know, before you finish and you have a big enough hole, you just fill it and close everything. I'm sure you can figure it out. I've made 2 chocolate ones and 2 vanillas for this batch. And let me show you just the difference already. I mean, looks so much better. And we're gonna work on toppings. So when I made the first 4 ones, I made all of them in different colors and just different colors toppings. But this time I was thinking of doing something more cohesive. I've seen real cupcakes that people make kind of for sale, that is like a pack of 12 or something like that, that they use kind of the same colors, whipped cream, and just kind of pipe it in different ways. So I was thinking of doing that. I'm gonna go pink, only because I have good shades of pinks. I actually wanted to do green, but I didn't have good colors, and I'm using felt that I have at home. So these are the 3 shades of pinks that I'm gonna use. Some of them are left over, and that's fine. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut different kind of whipped creams. I'm gonna do the flour ones that you've seen me do 100 of times. I'm gonna do the teardrop ones, and I'm gonna do this one that if I would do it now, I would either make it bigger or just put more of them. So I'm gonna do these. I'm gonna show you how I do it, and I'm gonna do it in different colors. So I'm gonna make the flower ones in all 3 shades or 2 shades of the pink, and then I'm kind of gonna figure out how to put them together, and each cupcake gonna have few of the whipped creams. So let's start on the toppings. So we're gonna start with a simple one that I think it's a version of this. I'm not 100% sure I made it because it was a long time ago, but it's gonna look alike. So I cut the long side of the felt, which is about 12 inches, and I started from like 1 inch thick, and I went down all the way to the corner. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a thread and thread all the bottom. You can see that it's already kind of taking shape because I'm pulling it a little bit, but when we're done, we're gonna pull even more. Basically as much as we can without ripping it or getting the thread out, and it's just like this beautiful spiral. What I'm gonna do now, I'm actually gonna secure it a little bit to keep it in shape, but I am gluing it with hot glue so it will hold its shape eventually. So I'm gonna put it kind of like this, see what's the best way for it to look. And then I'm just gonna thread it to the back a little bit. Moving on to my next one is my favorite, my go-to whipped cream, which is the flower one. I'm gonna try and link this pattern if I find it down below. What we do is we take the thread and we go in all the corner, always from the inside and towards the flat side. Then we make a little ball of this soft filling, put it inside, and tie the two ends together. Another simple one is the teardrops one. I'm just cutting 3 teardrops. I think I'm gonna link the Toppings Cricut design as well, so you might have it there too. And we're just stacking them basically, and when we fold them together, it looks like you piped it long side. So we're just starting with some hot glue on one and folding. And then we go on another one, putting this one in the middle, folding on top, and last one. If I need to add some, make it a bit stronger or reshape it, you can do that. But basically, this is it. You can also squish it a little bit when you glue it. Last one I'm gonna add is these spiral flowers. You can make them out of paper, but I found out they looked really nice in felt as well. There's different design in Design Space for different spiral flowers. I used this one. I'm gonna put it in my design, and you just fold it from the outside edge, and you fold it on like the flat line. This is basically your guide, and when you're completely done, there's this little circle here that it's the base. So I just put a little bit of hot glue and close the base, and voila. So I'm done with all of my toppings. I did 3 colors, and in each color I did 4 different kind of shapes and piping. And the plan is to kind of mix and match this. So I'll take a cupcake, and for example, I can decide to put this and then maybe 3 of these around, or this with a flower and these around. So I'm gonna put all 4 cupcakes in front of me. I'm gonna mix and match. I'm not sure I'm gonna use all of it, but it's good that I have it to kind of work around. When I'm satisfied, I'm gonna hot glue everything to the top of the cupcakes. And I think I'm gonna try and use these tulip fabric paints in this light pink and white to make just little sprinkles, kind of a pearl shape, like round and small and shiny. Not too much, just like in small spots. And then I'll be done with the cupcakes.